three. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Grand Star Sports Network. Coming to you live, fans, from under the Big Oaks, one of the most historic football venues in the state of North Carolina. This is the Grand Star Sports Network. 64 teams began a journey to a 1A state championship just 5 weeks ago, and tonight there's only 4 left. We've got 2 of them on display for you here on the Grand Star Sports Network. It's the Robbinsville Black Knights and the Mount Airy Granite Bears in town from all the way out in Surry County, North Carolina. We appreciate you all being with us wherever you may be tuned in tonight here on the Grand Star Sports Network. How you doing, folks? Kevin Hensley with you. Very happy to be back. We want to once again thank Audrey and her crew for helping us out last week. Had to get this injured wing sort of tapered up a little bit, and it looks like we're good to go. And what we've got tonight is the 1A Western Regional Final. Winner of this one gets a trip to the state championship, and the NCHSAA confirmed earlier this week that the state title game will be held at UNC Chapel Hill for the 1A classification next Saturday. That's on December the 9th. And that game will be at noon, so you want to be sure to check that out. Now, sadly, this is the end of the road for us, though. This is our final broadcast of the regular season, as we will be wrapping it up and handing it off to our friends at the NFHS Network to stream the state title game. What we have, though, is the defending state champions in town with us tonight. The Mount Airy Granite Bears are 14-0. These boys are big, they are hungry, and unless you've been under a rock, I've probably seen there's been a lot of smack talk, we'll just say it for what it is, on social media the last few days between both schools, both counties, both fan bases, both communities, either definition you want to put on it. And here's the thing, though, folks, in about 2.5, 3 hours, it's not going to matter what all has been said and done, but we've got a couple of programs here that are vying for a trip to a state championship. Robbinsville won it all in 2019. This is the Black Knights' 5th state championship, or 5th regional final, I beg your pardon, in 6 seasons. Meanwhile, Mount Airy, of course, won it all last year undefeated. This season, the Granite Bears have 9 shutouts on the year, including allowing double-digit scores from the opposition in just 3 of their games. They've got 2 very strong backfield runners. You've got a pair of very, very talented athletes on the backfield. Number 5 is Tyler Mason. He's a senior, 6'1", 195 pounds, and he is at 1,892 yards this year. Number 4 is Tayshawn Martin. He is a sophomore, and he's, believe it or not, too far behind that mark, about 1,299 yards. But, hey, we've got the running back that has broken a bunch of records this year, Cutler Adams. Career rushing yards coming into tonight's game, 6,737 for Cutler. And, of course, you can better believe he's going to be putting out all that he can. There you see Cutler talking to Coach Walsh, getting into a huddle with some of the players. Cage Williams, another senior, Bryce Adams, a junior, Donovan Carpenter, Chase Calhoun, Roman Jones, a great offensive line. That's been one of the key points to the Knights' success this year, and quite frankly, a nice surprise because a lot of folks had some doubts about it at the beginning of the season, and the players had to really step up their game, and boy, have they done so. Everyone's healthy, everyone's hungry, and we've got a great matchup on tap. Well, I'll show you what happened the last time, fans, that these two programs met. It was way back in 2009, and it was, appropriately enough, the 1A Western Regional Final. That was a trip that Robbinsville took to Mount Airy, and it ended on a heartbreaker. A pass into the end zone with a minute to go, and the Knights could not stop the go-ahead PAT and could not get back on the scoreboard with time left. 27-26 the final. That was in 2009, and we want to thank, of course, our wonderful friends at the Grand Star Archives. Yeah, I wonder who pulled that one out of the book of tricks to show you guys. And, hey, 14 years between the last 2 football games for these guys, so curious to see how this goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, across the stadium, please stand. Please stand, remove all head covering. Bow your heads for a moment of silence. Led by Robbinsville High School senior Carter Birchfield, tonight's moment of silence is in memory of Aaron Burke, Black Knight manager during his high school years, the biggest Black Knight fan, and arguably the greatest statistician of Black Knight football in the history of Black Knights. Please remain standing as our marching Black Knights perform the national anthem.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, I just want to thank you for the opportunity you have given us to be here to finish off our season at the Big Oaks. Lord, please protect every player, coach, cheerleaders, and officials as we go throughout the game. Let all players play to the best of their ability. Win or lose, we give you all the glory. Lastly, Lord, I want to thank you for sending your Son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for our sins. We love you and we praise you for all things. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Attaboy, Carter.
Good, Carter.
Brag on him, son. He likes that. He does?
He does. Oh, he
I'll
does.
tell. Jesus. Right now. I think you're, I must hear David Brown, you know. I know.
How about that Robbinsville Black Knight Marching Band? They've done a wonderful job all year long keeping us entertained, and it's been our pleasure to hear them play the national anthem here at the Big Oaks 11 different times. Robbinsville probably has never played 11 home games in a single season. That's all changed this year thanks to, well, community brotherhood. We'll just put it that way. Of course, it was a scant 6 months ago that no one really knew if we'd even get to have Friday night football in Robbinsville. That was a very real possibility, and the unity and connections pulled together, temporary bleachers put up below us, as you can see. It looks a little different on the home sideline, but football is here, and the Knights have responded. They've answered the call. They've went as far as they can on their home turf, number one seed in the playoffs, and 5 rounds later, we're here at the state championship qualifier. There's no other path at this point to get there. Robbinsville and the defending state champion Mount Airy Granite Bears set to do battle here in just a few minutes. We're about 15 minutes away from kickoff. So while we wait for our captains to make their way onto the field, and welcome back, everyone, to Big Oaks Stadium here in Robbinsville, North Carolina. This is the Graham Star Sports Network, and you're watching the North Carolina High School Athletic Association's 1A Western Regional Finals. Kevin Hensley and Audrey Colvin with you for tonight's telecast of Black Knights football. 2 seniors, Cage Williams on your left, number 33, and Cutler Adams on the right, number 4, are the captains for Robbinsville. Meanwhile, the Granite Bears have Caleb Reed, number 25. Number 21 is Walker Stroop. Number 65, that is Landon Cox, one of the seniors. And number 5, Tyler Mason, the big running back that we talked about earlier. Knights have got the opening toss, and we're just about set to go here in Graham County. It's time for Friday Night Football for the final time in 2023 as the Knights are on a quest for a return to the state championship. 14 titles already in the books for this historic program. It's been an interesting debate all week. It seems like this happens every time we get this deep in the playoffs. A lot of people contend that the 65 championship should be a state crown as well. And we actually emailed the North Carolina High School Athletic Association this week to find out their thoughts on it. But right now, here comes the 2023, hopefully soon to be state champs, the Robbinsville Black Knights. Oh, man, what an atmosphere. As we said, it's been electric all week long. Josh Winfrey and Ashton Lambert took a nice tumble down here below us. They seem to be okay. I'm being told they're okay. And here come the Granite Bears to the field. They have traveled well for their Granite Bears return to the Western Regional Finals. Hey, Mount Airy 4-6 in Western Regional Final action over the years. But of course, last year defeated Tarboro 20-7 in the state championship game. And of course, this year Tarboro and West Columbus are battling it out in the 1A Eastern Final to face the winner of this game next week for the big prize, the 1A State Championship. Hey, we're glad you're with us, fans. You're in the right place on GramstarSports.com. Granite Bears jog onto the field, and we are just about set to go. Let's see who's going to line up and kick for him. They don't even have a kicker listed on their roster, so I'm not sure who it's going to be. I believe it is number 21. That is Walker Stroop, one of the captains, that will be kicking off. 12 minutes on the clock. Crowd at a fever pitch. And you're in the best seat in the house with us right here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Opening kickoff is up, and it's a beaut. It's about the 5-yard line where number 2, that's Chase Calhoun on the return. He gets wrapped up inside the 20. Flag on the field around the 13. And there are boos all around the stadium. Let's wait and see what the laundry turns into. Any laundry that drops tonight is going to be dirty laundry for sure, whether you're a Granite Bear or a Black Knight. Kickoff was at 7:28 p.m. if you're keeping score at home, so we actually got started 2 minutes early. It is a personal foul, helmet to helmet on the Black Knights on the return. It's been a very wet and somehow still fair weather day here in Graham County. Foggy all afternoon. Temperature at kickoff 58 degrees in the 1A Western Regional Final. And the handoff did not net a whole lot. Keller Adams on the carry. And I believe number 50 leading the tackle, that is D. Dawkins. Second and 11, Knights at the 5-yard line. That's not where Robbinsville wants to start tonight. And another big stuff right about the line, the original line of scrimmage. Cutler Adams again. Tackled by number 4. That is Tayshawn Martin on the tackle. And he's going to get 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Black Knights at the 7-yard line. Quarterback Donovan Carpenter pops back, airs it out way downfield. Ledbetter was there for the reception, but it was broken up. Good defense by number 3. That's Landon Gallimore, junior cornerback for the Robbinsville opposition. So 4th and 9, and Robbinsville will come away from its opening attempt with just 1 yard of offense. Cage Williams breaking out the punt. And it'll be at the 45. And a slip on the field by Tayshawn Martin will end that quick return. So here come the Granite Bears, as we said over and over and time again, the defending state champions. And you don't get to the Western Regional Final by accident in 1A football especially. And more so if you're a Western team. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line. And let's see what the Granite Bears can do, and let's see what Robbinsville's defense is capable of here in the first quarter. Hand off to number 5, that is Tyler Mason. And a quick stop. Bryce Adams and Titan T. Sateski on the tackle. And we'll give him 2 yards on the progress. 2nd down and 8 to go. And it's going to be a pitch in the backfield to, trying to see who that is. Sorry, that is Mr. Mason. His stuff on the line. And a penalty flag also on the field, actually at the 35. It is a hold against the Mount Airy Granite Bears. And that'll help the Black Knights cause. Thank you very much. It will make it 3rd down and a long way. It'll be 3rd down in Snydertown. Can I break that out already? I think that's long enough. What do you think? We'll go with it. 3rd down in Snydertown. It's really, I guess, 2nd down, and we'll call it 15 to go at the 45-yard line for the Granite Bears. And Titan Tisa Teskey with the sack of his career. Yes, sir. And he is all kinds of fired up on the field about that. Ian Gallimore, I beg your pardon, was going nowhere on that. That is a 5-yard loss. The Granite Bears are at midfield. And I believe all the naysayers are having to be silenced over across the way. I don't mean to be too partial, but, you are watching the Graham Star Sports Network. We're glad you're with us, whether you're a Granite Bear or a Black Knight. You're very much welcome anytime. We stream 5 varsity sports for Robbinsville High School here in North Carolina, including this, the 1A Western Regional Final. Cutler Adams on the tackle. It is 4th and 8. And the Granite Bears not messing around. An 11-yard pickup, I beg your pardon. Actually, it is a 12-yard pickup. Cutler Adams on the tackle. 4th down and 8 to go. 8:22 left to play here in our opening quarter. And heavy pressure. He dropped him. He nipped into Mr. Tanner Hedden. And boy, is he getting some adulation from his sideline. How about Big Bad Tanner Hedden? 2 sacks on the opening Mount Airy drive. And the Granite Bears are stopped dead in their paw tracks, if you'll have it, at the 47-yard line. That's where the Knights will take over for their second offensive possession. So glad you're with us here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Cutler Adams, tackled by number 71, Third Floyd. Third Floyd, 5'11", 327 pounds in your program tonight, folks. Mama Floyd has to be a great cook. There's nothing wrong with that. We all like good food. Third Floyd lines up on the line, as does the rest of the Bears. Second down and 8 to go. Handoff faked. Donovan Carpenter straight ahead like a missile. But unfortunately, the keeper did not fool the Granite Bears defense. Tackle led by number 50, D. Dawkins. 4 or 5 Bears in there, but leading the way were D. Dawkins and, well, Mr. Floyd again. Brings a third down and 8 with 7:03 to play here in the first quarter. Carpenter, quick pass complete to Darian Ledbetter. He'll get to the 46-yard line, and he is tackled by number 32, Derek Dandy. That will bring up 4th and about 3 to go for Robbinsville at the 46-yard line. Gain of 6 was not enough, unfortunately, and it will be punt time again for Mr. Cage Williams. Great punt by Cage. It will die a death at the 1-yard line. How about that? Bryce Adams scoops it up at the 1. And the Mount Airy Granite Bears will now have to cover 99 yards of Bob Colvin Field to find pay dirt here in the first quarter. No score. If you're just joining us, we welcome you to the Graham Star Sports Network. A lot of folks waiting until the absolute last minute to check us out, and that's all right. We're used to that. We stream volleyball, football, basketball, baseball, and softball, so if you're ever interested in checking us out anytime during the school year, those are the sports you can find right here exclusively on the Graham Star Sports Network. A portion of the proceeds from every sale goes back to the sport you buy a ticket to watch. And finally dropped at the 9-yard line was number 4, that is Tayshawn Martin. Picks up 4 yards. Chase Calhoun, senior for Robbinsville on the tackle. Second down and 6 to go from the 9. And handoff is going to be troublesome for the Bears. Tayshawn Martin coming up off the ground from leading the way was number 12, Quinn Jumper. No gain. Check that, there is a 1-yard gain. There'll be third down and 5. So it'll be 3rd and 5 with 5:05 to go. $4:56 to play in the first quarter. Tayshawn Martin speared out of his cleats by Cage Williams. And that results in a 1-yard loss for Tayshawn Martin. Boy, what an atmosphere. The crowd is on top of every single play here tonight at Modell Walsh Memorial, as you know, at Big Oaks Stadium. Punt from in the end zone by Walker Stroop. Coming your way at the 9-yard line is where the offensive charge ended. Stroop about 9 yards deep in the end zone. And they're going to let the ball roll dead at the 49-yard line. And be first and 10, Robbinsville at the 48. And fortunately for the Knights, it's the Mount Airy 48. Good place to be here in the first quarter. Hope you're enjoying tonight's telecast. We went an alternate route this week to try and avoid some of the glitches that we've been having. I'm sure there's no perfect solution, but hopefully this one works better for everyone. Official timeout on the field as it looks like the chains are tangled at the 33. So if they can get all that worked out, maybe we'll be able to continue the ball game here in just a moment. We'll keep an eye best we can on the Tarboro-West Columbus matchup that's taking place across the state from us. As we said, the winner there will be playing the winner of this one for all the marbles at noon next Saturday. The game will be at UNC Chapel Hill Keenan Memorial Stadium. 14-6 Tarboro leads with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. That's the only score update we have on that. D. Dawkins on the tackle. No gain. Second down, 10 to go. So the Vikings leading West Columbus already in the second quarter. That game must have kicked off at 7. I missed the early start. My apologies. 3:42 to play. Clock running here in Robbinsville. Donnie Carpenter dives ahead, gets a few yards. Stopped by number 32, Derek Dandy, and number 15, Ian Gallimore, 3 yards. Third down and 7 to go. Well, fans, when you get this far, you got to know it's going to be hard to generate any offense, and these two are playing smash mouth football on a wet, soggy field here in December in Graham County. You can't beat the atmosphere and the conditions here tonight. That pass is going to go all the way to Tapoka. Donnie Carpenter overshot his target. Bryce Adams on the coverage was Zach Goings and Mario Revels. So the Knights get it back on the Mount Airy side of the 50 and move 3 yards. So far in the ball game, no first downs for either team. And this is the end of Robbinsville's third possession. Cage Williams will be punting the ball away. And that'll be picked up and killed at the 7-yard line.
At the 7-yard line, the Black Knight defense comes over the field. 1st and 10 against the Black Knight defense.
So Grady Bears have a long way to go this time, 93 yards. Not 99, starting at the 7. And Tayshawn Martin, I beg your pardon, it was Tyler Mason on the carry. Roman Jones with a tackle for Robbinsville. Gain of about 6 yards. It'll be second down and 4. Mason, as we mentioned, nearly 1,900 yards coming into tonight's game this year alone. That was Tayshawn Martin for sure. Met rudely by the Black Knights. Colson Dooley credited with the tackle. That brings the one and only Audrey Colvin to her feet. 1 yard gain. Or excuse me, a 1 yard loss, I beg your pardon. 3rd and 5. Where they're at right now on the field, fans, we literally have to look around a wall, so we're doing the best we can. 1:25 to play here in the first quarter. Tyler Mason around the right side. Ross Adams on the tackle. And Titan Teesteski as well. So the Martin Mason connection gets 7 yards. 4th down and 3 to go at midfield are Chase Calhoun. At the 50-yard line, Chase Calhoun and Cutler Adams to get the punt. And that one just goes by Calhoun. And it rolls dead at the 33-yard line. 27 seconds to play in the Black Knights offense. Back out on the field here on the Graham Star Sports Network. As you can see, fog still kind of settling in on us tonight. There have been thicker games here. My friend over here to my left, John Schuler, will tell you all about the 68-0 Belhaven game that took place here in the 80s. The Fog Bowl, as it's called in these parts. Where the players and fans alike couldn't even really see each other on the field. It was a 68-0 Robbinsville final, FYI.
No hole in the middle.
Cutler Adams tries to cut up the middle and meets a host of Granite Bears, number 25, Caleb Reed, on the tackle, as is Walker Stroop. Picks up 2 yards. And that's going to be the end of our opening quarter. Fans, we're glad you're with us. We hope you stay along for the ride here on the Graham Star Sports Network. 1 quarter in the books, and there is no score here in Graham County. Welcome back, fans, to Big Oak Stadium. 2nd quarter underway. Robbinsville, Mount Airy in the Western Regional Final. You're watching exclusively here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Cutler Adams finds some open real estate to begin the 2nd quarter. That's a good sign of life. And the defensive battle has finally been at least tilted in another favor. And that being the hometown Robbinsville Black Knights. So from the 31 to the 41, a nice spurt of 28 yards, 1st down for Cutler Adams, and the first down of the game for either program. Hand off to Adams again. And he'll get through on the front right side. Tackle led by number 25. That is Caleb Reed and DJ Joyce on that. Gain of 5 will make it 2nd down and 5. Hand off to Chase Calhoun, and he almost broke free. An off-season transfer from Cherokee High School, another Smoky Mountain Conference program, by the way. Calhoun has fit in nicely. It's like he's always been here on the Graham Star Sports Network and here at Robbinsville High School. I was wondering why you stand up there. I didn't know. No, I'm just listening. Okay. All right. Thought you didn't ask me something. I'm sorry. Timeout called by the Mount Airy Granite Bears. And we'll take a break with them. Stay with us, fans, here on GramStarSports.com. First and 10 for the Black Knights from the Granite Bears 23-yard line. And a big tackle made by D. Dawkins, who seems to be making a presence all over the game here tonight. No gain. Second down and 10 to go. And ball loose, and Granite Bears have got it.
Somebody didn't block it. He was hit before he could even pitch it.
Number 25, Caleb Reed on the fumble recovery. And Robbinsville starts moving the ball and unfortunately coughs it up. Granite Bears will have it back now. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. It's a keeper by quarterback Ian Gallimore, and he gets a lot of real estate, putting a hard tackle on the sideline by Cutler Adams. And Adams quick to get out of enemy territory there. Probably a smart move. Do not need a bench clearing brawl here tonight. As we said, a lot of posturing before the game and this entire week leading up to it, honestly. Gain of 18 will be enough for a first down at the 48. And looks like the Robbinsville Black Knights have summoned their first timeout. So we'll step aside once more. Stay with us, folks, here on the Gramstar Sports Network. Robbinsville needed just a moment to gather its bearings, and I believe they've got it. 9:46 to play here in the second quarter. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network and our coverage, exclusive live stream coverage of the 1A Western Regional Final. Ian Gallimore nipped by Tanner Hedden. Gain of 1. Good effort by Tanner Hedden. Hedden missed a few weeks this season with a knee injury. And back healthy and good to go. Ball right at midfield. Gallimore again. Stopped again on a short gain. Kellen Inslee and Cage Williams helping the effort, as well as Cutler Adams. Another 1 yard gain, or 2 yard, I beg your pardon. I'm going to mark it up at the 49, excuse me. It is about 7 7/8 yard line is where they've got it spotted out.
Third down, Black Knights fans.
8:26 to play here on 3rd and 7. Gallimore again. Sharks a tackle, hit hard, and dropped by Cage Williams, but I believe he got across the chains on that. He did, up to the 41-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 8. They needed 7. It's a first down for the Granite Bears. So both teams now with 2 first downs apiece in the ball game. We'll crunch numbers at halftime. Speaking of which, I believe we might be blessed with a band performance at the break. We'll stick with you if so. Number 4, Tayshawn Martin gets loose, finally caught by Darian Ledbetter. It is a gain of 21 for Tayshawn Martin. And Mount Airy in business, driving down to the 20-yard line. Reach the red zone here on GramStarSports.com. Gallimore pitches it to Tyler Mason. He's knocked down at the chain marker. Over there was Chase Calhoun and Bryce Adams. And they're going to spot the ball at the 10-yard line, so now really time to see if the Knights can dig deep here in the second quarter. Deshaun Martin on the carry. Bryce Adams on the tackle, gain of 4. Second and goal from the 6-yard line. And that is a huge stuff at a moment when Robbinsville needed it. Chase Calhoun making plays here on the Gramstar Sports Network. He stops the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage for Robbinsville's 3rd sack of the ball game already here tonight. Knights back up to, the Granite Bears, I beg your pardon, back up to the 9-yard line. 3rd and goal. 5:42 to play. And he's going to cut the corner. Tyler Mason makes it still not down. He's going to get all the way in for a Granite Bears touchdown. Nine-yard touchdown run for Tyler Mason, and the Granite Bears have struck first. It comes with 5:26 to play in the second quarter. PAT attempt coming. I'm sure Walker Stroop will be there. There he is, number 21. PAT is sent over the pine trees, and that's all that was needed, folks. 7-0 for the Friends from Mayberry. They strike first. Let's see if the Knights can respond. We'll be right back on the Gramstar Sports Network. What an atmosphere as we're back live from Graham County, North Carolina. Kevin Hensley and the distinguished Audrey Colvin with you for tonight's telecast of Black Knights football for the final time this year. Darian Ledbetter lingering with Chase Calhoun around the 5-yard line. Stroop approaches, and we're off and running. Look like the kicking team got a little antsy, but nobody saw it, and we'll just press on. So with it being a touchback, I believe it was. No, the ball was fair caught, my mistake. At the 20-yard line.
First and 10, Black Knights.
Cutler Adams on the carry. First and 10 from the 20. Ian Gallimore, the quarterback and one of the top defenders on the team, too, makes the stop after a 4-yard gain. Chase Calhoun gets a chance to run it up the gut. Gallimore on the tackle. So he's had both stops on this series so far. Gains of 4 both ways. 3rd down and 2 to go for the Black Knights.
Seeing a couple of Adams on the carry off the left side for the Black Knights. Tackle led by number 50, D. Dawkins.
D. Dawkins on the tackle. And Knights are faced now with a 4th and short at the 29-yard line. And I don't blame Robbinsville at all. Looks like they're going to go for it. Robbinsville faithful behind them for sure. Officials trying to sort out the positioning here.
Chase Calhoun will carry for the White Knights.
They're going to mark it a 1st and 10 for Robbinsville. Boy, Calhoun got over by a toenail, but he made it happen. And it's a fresh set of downs at the 30-yard line. 3:22 and counting to play here in the second quarter. Calhoun again, speared and dropped by number 32, Derek Dandy, and Ian Gallimore. Loss of 1, brings up 2nd down and 11. Knights battling, looking to get back out of the hole after the Granite Bears finally broke through here in the second quarter. Carpenter downfield, Cutler Adams with the reception, and he is loose, and he is high-stepping, and he is in the end zone for a 71-yard touchdown here on the Grand Star Sports Network. The confetti covering the stands. Oh, baby, what a reception. Adams pulled that one right out of the air. Almost batted down. And the Knights now going to the conversion formation. Scoreboard's lagging a little bit. Sorry about that. Now it's updated. 7-6 is the official score here in the second quarter. Donnie Carpenter calls for motion. He'll keep it. He'll dive. He's got it. 2-point conversion is good. Donovan Carpenter celebrates, as does the entire municipality of Robbinsville, North Carolina. It's 8-7 Black Knights, and you're watching the 1A Western Regional Final right here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Back live from Robbinsville, 8-7 Black Knights here on GrahamStarSports.com. And fair catch made by Walker Stroop. And I believe they're going to say he reeled that bad boy in right around the 33-yard line. Maybe the 34. Maybe even the 35. We'll see what they set up. It'll be the 35. Robbinsville with an 8-7 advantage as the Granite Bears offense takes the field once more. Ball to 33, excuse me. And number 5, Tyler Mason, just weaving through traffic like he's out on I-77 somewhere, trying to get through that Statesville mess. All of you Granite Bears know about that all too well, I'm sure. And all the way up to the 47, so a 14-yard run for Tyler Mason. Sorry for going silent there for a moment. I was trying to see who was actually running the ball. He was moving so much I couldn't see his jersey for a moment. He's on his feet still. Darian Ledbetter is going to shove him out of bounds. Darian Ledbetter finally stops him, but a couple of big gains for Mason.
We kind of forgot how to tackle. Yeah.
Whistles blowing all over the stadium. Timeout called by the Robbinsville Black Knights. We'll step aside while they're strategizing once more here on GramStarSports.com. Back live, fans. 8-7 Black Knights, but the Granite Bears are muscling their way downfield. A pair of 14-yard runs by Tyler Mason has gotten the Granite Bears at the Robbinsville 27-yard line. We are $1:40 from halftime.
Making out of bounds, number 2, senior Chase Calhoun for the White Knights.
Calhoun on the stop. Gain of 4, it looks like. Brings up 2nd down and 6. And Tyler Mason again caught that time. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Bryce Adams on the drop. And looks like Mount Airy has called its second timeout. Both have one apiece left as they go to strategize. You're watching the Gramstar Sports Network. The Knights have their orders, as does the Granite Bears, and we're back with you from Graham County, North Carolina. You're watching a 1A Western Regional Final. It's an 8-7 advantage at the moment for the hometown Robbinsville Black Knights. And that is Tayshawn Martin cutting over to the right. Eventually pushed out of bounds by Cooper Adams and Quinn Jumper. And Mount Airy on 4th and about 3 to go is going to go for it. Ball to 20. Gallimore pass is going to be complete to Walker Shroop. And ball's loose. And I believe the Robbinsville Black Knights have recovered it. Robbinsville has it. Oh, my goodness. And quite frankly, I don't have any idea who recovered the fumble. Do you? But who recovered it, though? Yeah, Ledbetter on the pressure to cause the fumble. It was a good pass that made it out to the 15-yard line, or the 5-yard line, I beg your pardon, to Walker Shroop. I believe it was either Cooper Adams or Roman Jones. We'll go back and check, actually, at halftime. We may do that and see if we can figure out who it was for sure. Don't want to discredit anybody. Cutler Adams tries to break loose. And a 3-yard gain. Cutler Adams, during the conference title game October 27th, ran back a 102-yard pick six. So he's no stranger. And, oh, by the way, maybe a top 10 runner in the state in the 100-meter dash. So he's got some speed on him, no doubt about that. .32 seconds to play. Knights have no timeouts remaining, excuse me. The Granite Bears have one. And met immediately by number 50 again, D. Dawkins. Making life awful for Robbinsville runners here tonight. Loss of 2. And the Black Knights are going to go to the locker room with the lead. How about that, fans? At the break. 3 seconds, Sam. We're just about there. It is 8-7 Black Knights.
Now for your halftime entertainment, the band will be performing Painted Black by the Rolling Stones. Jig 2 featuring senior tenor player Mr. Drake Hyde. Shouted out by Dallas Austin. Black Knight fans, remember to stand and clap and join in the shouted out chant during the halftime performance. Shouted out, Black Knights. Shouted out. Shouted out. Go Black Knights. Shouted out.
Look down his ear. Happy birthday. A lot. Big bang. Fourth Street was flooding.
He fixed that yet?
I love it.
Remember trying to get you to talk about the bell hitting thing or whatever when it was game? I mentioned that. I said the fall's kind of sitting here, and I said my friend over here to my left, John Stewart's talking about the bell hitting.
I didn't. I've been focused.
That's all right.
I ain't listening. I'm sorry. Oh no, you're okay. But it was way longer than this, and the field was a muck. Oh yeah, the fall bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish there was video of that game that you didn't see it.
You couldn't see it. You couldn't see it. No, this is a fire.
Well, it was like you see, you don't even think about this person in the field. We made this actually go in the hall and come out somewhere in there. You think, I really got it.
We are too.
Yeah, we'll make some changes. We got to start running up the middle a little bit to open up something. My God, it's like running against a brick wall if you see it. That I didn't even get it. He was saying about 1,000 yards from his buck.
Well, as mountain music blares out through Robbinsville High School's football stadium, the Big Oaks, we welcome you back to Graham County, North Carolina. You're watching the Graham Star Sports Network, and you see our student section decked out in their best hunting attire. Remember, safety first. Got to make sure you have that orange on while you're out in the woods. That is no joke whatsoever. But, hey, fans, there is the game on the field. It's the 1A Western Regional Final. You're in the right place. The exclusive live streaming source for the 1A Western Regional title game. Robbinsville 8, Mount Airy 7. Both scores coming in the second quarter after a defensive stalemate. Here's how the scoring went down. The Mount Airy Granite Bears recovered a fumble at the Robbinsville 21-yard line, drove back down the field, and finally handed off to Tyler Mason for a 9-yard touchdown carry at 5:26. In the second quarter, about 3 minutes later, Cutler Adams allowed a 79-yard touchdown pass to just nicely drop into his hands. 2-point conversion dive by Donnie Carpenter. The quarterback made it 8-7, and that's about all she wrote so far here in the 1A Western Regional title game. At the break, when we last checked, it was Tarboro 29 and West Columbus 6. The Vikings have an undefeated campaign going on themselves, and, of course, we're in the state finals last year against Mount Airy. The Granite Bears beating them 20-7. So it looks like the Vikings hold tight tonight. It'll be Tarboro back in the state finals once again representing the Eastern 1A division. Fans up there on their feet as we come back live for the second half of football here under the Big Oaks. And number 25, Caleb Reed, decides that Valor is not going to take center stage. He will, in fact, take a kneel at the 38-yard line, I believe is where they're at. And out of the gate, Tyler Mason, finally brought down by Cutler Adams, but not before a sizable gain. I mean a sizable gain around the left side. And boy, what a good start for the Granite Bears. All the way up to the 16-yard line. 45-yard gain for the Granite Bears here in the third stanza. Once again, we appreciate you being with us wherever you may be tuned in here on the Graham Star Sports Network. And Ian Gallimore gets in 16 yards. 2 plays is all the Granite Bears need, and 19 seconds as a matter of fact, to regain the advantage in this ball game. It is now 13-8. All right, PAT coming up for number 21, Walker Stroop. And he splits the uprights once again. Well, Graham County needs a moment to collect his breath. 2 plays, and the Granite Bears lead at 14-8. We'll take a break with them here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Well, the Granite Bears came out of the locker room, and 2 plays later did their damage. It is now 14-8 here on the Graham Star Sports Network, and it's in favor of the visitors. Walker Stroop just split the uprights, and now he'll go for the kickoff. Ledbetter and Calhoun lingering around the 10. It'll be a touchback in the end zone, so let's set the ball to the 20-yard line. And let's see if the Knights can respond. We know they can. We know they're capable. Execution is going to be key. And honestly, fans, from this point on, it is going to be a very precise game, or else it's not going to be a return out east. First and 10 now for the Black Knights. Pitch to Cutler Adams. And good gain for senior Cutler Adams. Tackle by number 22, DJ Joyce. Pickup of 7 will make it 2nd down and 3. 6 3/4 yard gain for Cutler Adams. Onward we roll. And Chase Calhoun finds some open real estate. He gets up to the 47-yard line before being wrapped up and tackled by Zach Goins, sophomore defensive back for the Granny Bears. All the way out to the 47. That's a 20-yard gain for Calhoun. And right at midfield, we roll on. Cutler Adams back in the dog pile. Close to the marker. Close enough. You're fine. You can go on this side all day long. Because it itches because I had surgery. I was like, I don't know how I got that in my head. Our band director is trying to make my injury worse up here, folks. That's all I know to tell you. And after your band sounded so good tonight, we just bragged on and on about them. Go up here and try to undo my surgery. No, I'm joking. She got behind me and jumped me for a second. That's all right. Appreciate Amber Watkins. Appreciate everything she does for this community. 5-yard gain. Big stop in the middle. Colson Dooley pie faces a Granite Bear. We won't talk about that. Oops, I just did. Ball to 35-yard line. 2-yard gain. Tackle made. By Derek Dandy. Third down and 2 now. Knights pushing at the 35-yard line. And I believe they're going to get where they need to go. Chase Calhoun gets the job done. He is tackled by Walker Stroop. But not soon enough. Knights will move the chains. 2 yards, all they needed. Then number 2 got the job done here on the Graham Star Sports Network. They're trying to claw out of this hole here on the Graham Star Sports Network. And that's not going to work. That's not the way to get there. Cutler Adams stuffed by Ian Gallimore. And we said it before the game, fans. You can see it on their uniforms right now. It has been a light mist / steady rain in Robbinsville about all afternoon, and it's showing on those white Granite Bear uniforms. They are turning into the Mud Dogs out there tonight. Aunt B is going to be very upset about having to wash all that white laundry this weekend. 2nd and 10 from the 33. Carpenter back, still on his feet. Nice gain. And he ends up making the tackle on the sideline of Zach Goins. Wow. Carpenter laid a hit on Mr. Goins. I guess technically he'll get credited with a tackle, but maybe an assist by Donovan Carpenter. 5-yard gain on the scamper. Makes it 3rd and 5 at the Granite Bears 28-yard line with 7 minutes to go. And another failed attempt, and I believe Walker Stroop's a little shaken up after that. Honestly, folks, he's not getting up. And we're going to get to some of the athletic crew out here to check on him. And we'll join the game again in just a moment. We're going to step aside. We're not going to glorify this on this broadcast. Never want to see anybody get hurt on the field. We will step aside and be right back with you, fans. Stroop was able to get up under his own power after a brief moment. Good to see that. And Robbinsville back at it now. 4th down and about 6 to go for the Black Knights at the 29-yard line. Donovan Carpenter on 4th down to Cutler Adams. Incomplete. Oh, my. And it is a turnover on downs from our vantage point, which is not that great when we get below the cheerleading deck. We thought they had it, but I guess not. And you see the end result. Knights will trot back onto the field on the defensive side of the ball after the turnover. Now Airy takes back over at the 28. Almost identical play to what they ran earlier in the game. They got the only Robbinsville score so far on the board. And that's Tayshawn Martin on the run. Knights having a hard time wrapping him up. And they finally get him dropped at the 46-yard line. 26-yard gain for Mr. Martin. 1st and 10, Granite Bears at the Robbinsville 46. Fumble on the play. Gallimore recovers it.
And the Grand Bears back into their own territory, to their own 49-yard line, brings up 2nd and 15 against the Black Knight defense.
And how about that fumble? Boy, they knocked the sun out of Gilmore. And Chase Calhoun will take it into the end zone. Holy tamale. Wow. Gallimore got lit up at the 24-yard line. And the Robbinsville Black Knights have tied the ball game here on the Grim Star Sports Network. What a lick. How about that? Woo. Don't tell me defense can't win a championship, folks, after that. Chase Calhoun on the recovery and returned it back, I'd say about 19 yards for a touchdown. That ball teetered and tottered about 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And Gage Williams absolutely rocked Ian Gallimore's life. It is an offsides on Mount Airy. Oh, baby. Shot it, stayed on the line. That's a huge play. Robbinsville has tied it up, and if they can punch it through here, it'll be ahead by 2. Biggest lead of the night for Robbinsville if they can get it. Cutler Adams gets it. That's the right man to hand it to. Cutler Adams. And we'll step aside. 16-14 here in the third quarter. You're watching the Grim Star Sports Network. First tip for the Bears as we are back live from Robbinsville. Kevin Hensley and Audrey Colvin with you on the Grim Star Sports Network. Black Knights are dancing in the streets after a 24-yard fumble return by Chase Calhoun and a 2-point conversion run by senior Cutler Adams. Robbinsville leading 16-14. It's as smash mouth a football game as you could ask for here in the 1A Western Regional Finale. Gain of 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2. And they stuffed Tyler Mason in his tracks. I don't think he's going to get to his destination, fans. You want to talk about a fired-up defense right now.
That one's saying first.
And we got some confusion on the field about what exactly went down. Fans in the stands not too happy about it. Number 4, that is Tayshawn Martin. Big gain. Cutler Adams will drop him at the 18-yard line. It's a 28-yard gain. Let's go defense. Champ breaks out below us here in Robbinsville. Mason goes to the left. Needless to say, not a good move. Roman Jones stops him.
Pushed all the way back to the Black Knight 25-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 17 against the Black Knight defense.
Wow, huge loss there. Timeout called, and the Robbinsville faithful will give the Black Knights, their hometown heroes, a nice ovation as we'll step aside with them. You're watching the Graham Star Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Cutler Adams. You're watching Graham Star Sports.
Thank you, Cut, man. We welcome you back to Robbinsville and Big Oak Stadium, site of many, many state championship victories, Western Regional Final crowns, and tonight maybe one more add to the trophy case. It's 2nd and 17 at the 25-yard line. Deshaun Martin weaves through traffic, but quite the tug on the jerseys there is going to probably negate that run for Mr. Martin. Holding call will go against the Granite Bears. Ten yards from the spot of the foul. And it's 2nd down and Mountain Creek now for the Granite Bears. It is 3rd down and 27 to go. Gallimore, a lefty. He's going to fire it off complete to number 3. That's Mario Revels. He's still on his feet. Flag comes out. And finally, Darian Ledbetter stops Revels in his tracks. Oh, the block in the back. Blocking the back against the Granite Bears, and boy, the penalties are flaring up. And now back up even more. Is it safe to say they're at Beach Creek yet? No loss of downs. Maybe Stecoa at some point. We'll see if they can make that happen. 2nd and 28. Gallimore completes his pass to Stroop, immediately greeted by Ledbetter, assisted, and eventually just tackled all the way down by Bryce Adams I beg your pardon, that is Kellen Inslee. And be a nice gain of about 15 yards. Still a long way to go for the Granite Bears. 3rd down and 15. Buck 12 to play here in the 3rd quarter. You're watching the 1A Western Regional Finals right here on the Graham Star Sports Network. Timeout called by the Granite Bears. Robbinsville is all kinds of fired up, as is the fan base. We'll be right back. Kevin Hensley and Audrey Colvin is telling tales over here to my left. I'm not even going to attempt to decipher that. 3rd and 15 at the 23-yard line. It's a reverse, and it's a beauty for that matter to Revels. But when he cuts up the middle, Donnie Carpenter comes in from free safety and denies him further access. Gain of about 8 yards makes it 4th and 7.
Defense, 4th and 7 for the Granite Bears.
So Stroop's going to try for the go-ahead. This is going to be about a 33-yard attempt. It's up, and it's a beauty. He got it. Well, he can't fault the man for that. It's a 1-point lead for the Granite Bears. 33-yard field goal for Walker Stroop. And 16 seconds remaining here in this very productive third quarter. Back with you live, fans, from Graham County, the hidden jewel of southwestern North Carolina. It's 17-16. Mount Airy Granite Bears have the advantage at the moment.
Kicks the ball off for the Mount Airy Granite Bears.
Stroop will kick it away. And it's a beaut. Right to Chase Calhoun at the 11-yard line, and off he goes. Clock running, 12 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Calhoun gets a short return, and John Martin makes an impact. Calhoun's slow to get up. Mount Airy does lead it 17-16 here in the third quarter. Chase Calhoun down, having a hard time getting to his feet. Might be cramping or something, I believe. Calhoun's made a heck of an impact here tonight. You'd hate to lose him on the field. He is an impact player. Hopefully everything is A-okay. Hush has fallen over the crowd. Now they're going to cheer him on.
It's a cramp. He just took a salt tablet.
Cramped. Our wonderful trainer, Ann Smallwood, made sure he got some sodium into his body. I'm sure he'll clear right up here in just a moment. First and 10 now for the Robbinsville offense. Gage Williams on the first carry, and maybe the only carry of the third quarter. It is. Let's go to the fourth, fans. 17-16. Advantage Granite Bears in the 1A Western Regional Title game. And you're with us in the right place to see it. The Graham Star Sports Network. 12 more minutes stands between the 1A Western Regional Final and a state championship appearance. One of these two programs will walk away from tonight's game with a chance to win it all next Saturday. Robbinsville trailing 17-16 as we scooch into the fourth quarter on the Graham Star Sports Network. Kevin Hensley, Audrey Colvin with you for the Western Regional Final. Fumble on the play, and the Granite Bears have got it. Boy, that's huge for Mount Airy. Number 22, DJ Joyce with the recovery. And that is not the way to get things started in the fourth quarter for Robbinsville. Ball at the Mount Airy 18, short field now for the defending 1A state champions. They have more than live up to the hype here tonight. Tyler Mason stopped in his tracks. Roman Jones and Titan Tisateski helping out the effort.
Tisateski leads the tackle for the Black Knights.
Still think they're moving. All three are rocking forward.
The 1 yard loss. It goes to number 5. That is Tyler Mason. He's going to find a hard knock inside the 5. Flag comes out after the play.
It was way up here. He threw it straight up.
That might negate the effort.
Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike on Robbinsville. So it must have been a late hit. And I believe the touchdown counted, as a matter of fact, because they're lining up.
Touchdown for the Mount Airy Granny Bears stand victory against the Black Knights.
And the Granite Bears are probably going to go for 2 here, it looks like. Haven't tried that all night. It is 23-16 with 11:03 to play in the ball game. Gallimore's going to get the conversion, make that 25-16, and in the blink of an eye, Mount Airy is up by.
But that wasn't a touchdown.
So that was the touchdown.
That was the touchdown? Okay. It's hard to tell from our vantage point, folks. We are sincerely sorry about that. No, the PATs now. Okay, because Walker Stroop's back out there. Well, they've got it now, so, yeah. They just now scored. Bryce Adams is, beg your pardon, down below us, a little slow off the field. As long as we thought they scored. Yeah. That's one of the only downfalls of this entire reconstruction of the stadium, fans. That cheerleading perch has obstructed our view up here in the press box. That'll make it 24-16. I think we got it all straightened out. Robbinsville down by 8. We'll step aside on GramStarSports.com. Still a lot of football to be played here in Graham County. 11:03 exactly. And the Black Knights trailing 24-16. 2 quick scores in succession in the last 2 minutes, more or less, for Mount Airy. And the Knights went from a 16-14 lead to a 24-16 deficit. Stroop fires a missile downfield. Darian Ledbetter is just going to lay low and let that one teeter into the end zone for a touchback. Cutler Adams takes the handoff and is met rather rudely. Right off the bat, I should say. I believe that was Gallimore on the tackle. It was. It is a loss of 2. Couple of costly fumbles for Robbinsville here tonight, and this will be a different ball game. Mount Airy has scored on both of them. Pass complete to Cutler Adams. He's not going to get far on the little curl route. 3-yard loss. Walker Stroop stops him. Third and 15 with 9:52 to play. And a pass by Bryce Adams, almost picked off by Mario Revels. Darian Ledbetter was the intended target on the chicanery attempt there. Donovan Carpenter to Bryce Adams to Darian Ledbetter could not make it happen.
Fourth down, will punt the ball away. Number 33, senior Cage Williams. To return number 4, Tayshawn Martin for the Granite Bears.
Punt is up. And roll it will all the way past the 40-yard line out to the 39-38.
Williams punt touches down at the 38-yard line of the Granite Bears.
Still a lot of football, as we said, fans. Granite Bears are obviously going to want to pad their lead a little bit here. Insurance never hurts anything. There is 9:36 to go in the ball game. All the cards in the Knights' favor tonight, but they're going to have to earn this victory, no doubt.
First and 10 against the Black Knight defense.
We'll check in here in just a moment with the Tarboro-West Columbus game out east just as soon as we can catch our breath. Penalty flag comes out. False start on the Bears. Not a lot of penalties here tonight. A few. Granite Bears now start 5 yards deeper at the 38-yard line. Harborough has defeated West Columbus 49-12. Tyler Mason on the run. So the Vikings have clinched the Eastern representation in next week's game. Penalty flag comes out at the 34. It is a hold on Mount Airy.
10 yards penalty from the spot of the foul puts the Granite Bears back at their own 23-yard line.
First and 25 will be the charge for the Granite Bears at the 23-yard line. So Tarboro defeating West Columbus 49-12 has gotten Tarboro in the finals, as we mentioned, next week. Gallimore not able to get too far on that.
Taking down the number 4 senior color Adams for the Black Knights.
Adams stops. It is about a 5-yard gain, it looks like, after it's all said and done. Brings up second and 21. Second and Snowbird, if you'll have it. We're on GramstarSports.com. Pitch goes to Mason around the left side. A lot of holding going on over here below us. Flag never comes out. And the fans in the stands are voicing their displeasure. Adams not able to do much, but able to bring him down. So after all that, it's about a 6-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Third down, Black Knight fans.
3rd down and 15 to go for Mount Airy with 8:21 to play in the Western Finals. Timeout called by the Robbinsville Black Knights. We'll take it with them. Sounds like a good idea to me right here on GramstarSports.com.
I'm Chase Calhoun, and you're watching Network.
Chase Calhoun has made a heck of an impact here tonight for Robbinsville, as has Cutler Adams and all of the gang, no doubt. Robbinsville is still fighting from behind right now, 24-16. It's been a dogfight from the word go. Mount Airy faced with a 3rd down and 15. And Granite Bears line up as we're back with you live. Handoff goes to number 5, Martin, right up the middle, and he does not go far. Bryce Adams a little slow to get up. Quinn Jumper on the stop. It is a 6-yard gain. 4th down and 9.
Number 21, Walker Stroop will punt the ball away from the Granite Bears.
And the punt almost blocked. Chase Calhoun is once again going to let it go by him and stop it at the 11-yard line. Well, fans, the Black Knights have got everything back on their side of the ball right now, but they've got a long way to go. They've got 89 yards to try and tie this ball game up. No doubt a lot of real estate to cover. Flag on the play. False start on Robbinsville. Knights will have to back up to the 6-yard line. 1st and 15. This is exactly where they started the game earlier tonight.
First and 15 to the Black Knights.
Adams wrapped up and tackled at the 5 by number 32. That is Derek Dandy.
Derek Dandy.
Loss of a yard makes it 2nd down and 16. 7:03 left in the season for Robbinsville. Let's hope that's not a prophetic statement. No doubt about it, though, fans. This game has more than lived up to the hype. And that is not good. Donnie Carpenter dropped in the end zone. I believe they're going to try to say it was a... They're now going to signal a safety. They're going to say he was down outside the goal line. Whew. That was scary. DJ Joyce with a big sack. Robbinsville at the 1. Safety would have made it a 10-point ball game. It may not sound like much, but in a game like this, that's everything. Score and a half. Chase Calhoun on the carry. Tackled by Gallimore at the 1. No gain. And maybe a half a yard.
Fourth down for the White Knights. 33. Williams Senior for the White Knights will punt the ball away.
And from deep in the end zone, Williams does his best to get the ball away, and it's, for what it's worth, about a 40-yard punt, maybe 50. Tillman Adams scoops it up for the referee at the 40. And Robbinsville's latest series is perhaps their most disappointing of all here tonight. Granite Bears have short field to cover, just 40 yards on their next drive. We're edging ever closer, actually, to a 1A state finals rematch from last year. Score holds, it will be that way. Still just an 8-point ball game. 5:05 left to play. And number 4, that is Tayshawn Martin, tackled by a super Cooper Adams. Five-yard gain. Nice, is 2nd and 5. .438 to go. Now, its only loss this year came on this very field. It was against Rabin Gap, Georgia. It occurred just before the conference schedule began on September 22nd. Rabin Gap, the number 1 team in the state for all classifications at the time, picked up a 36-0 victory here on Bob Colvin Field. Rylan Waldrop on the tackle. No gain. This is Robbinsville's 11th home game of the year. Needless to say, all the repurposing that had to take place over the summer has gotten more than its ROI. Elmore fires a bullet to Stroop. It's complete. Tackled by Isaac Collins. And, well, that's Roman Jones. It is. And that's up to move the chains. It is a 8-yard pass. Granite Bears have won 28 straight ball games dating back to game number 3 of the 2022 season. Ball start on Mount Airy. A win here tonight would be win number 15 of the year for Mount Airy. They are undefeated. Mount Airy back to 32, and I believe timeout has been called, possibly. That's not been signaled yet, so maybe not. 3:05 to play.
Get him off the field. We didn't get to get on the field.
Apparently there was a little bit of extracurriculars on the sideline. A lot of the coaching staff may have trickled across the plane there. I got them back now. Pitch goes to number 4. That is Tayshawn Martin. He's been a playmaker all night, as has Tyler Mason. Isaac Collins on the tackle. And Robbinsville has called a timeout. We'll be right back, folks, here on the Graham Star Sports Network.
It's Donovan Carpenter, and you're watching the Graham Star Sports Network.
Donovan Carpenter has been the quarterback for this team all season. Missed half of last year with a broken collarbone, so good to see what Donovan's been able to do with this campaign. Knights 13-1 at the moment. And that is number 5, Tyler Mason, on the carry. Penalty flag comes out behind the line of scrimmage.
Dead ball foul,
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Black Knights. And that penalty will actually move the chains enough for Mount Airy to get a First down.
He threw it about there where Cage was at. So whatever that was said or done.
So I was going to move them all the way up, fans. All the way up, I believe, to the 12-yard line is where Mount Airy will get to set up camp next time. 2:47 left in the 1A Western Regional Final. Gallimore wrapped up low by Cutler Adams, high by Bryce Adams. Gain of 5 on the play. Makes it second down and 5 to go. Granny Bears inside the 10. They're all the way down to the 6-yard line. Varsity crowd crammed in here once again for Robbinsville football. And a good stop. Mason stopped. Timeout called by the Black Knights, using all they can to keep their hopes alive here in the Western Finals.
I'm Colson Dooley, and you're watching the Graham Star Sports Network.
Also, Dooley, another senior for Robbinsville. We're back live at the 5-yard line. Mount Airy is a minute and 31 seconds away from breaking the hearts of everyone here in Graham County tonight. Okay, Sean Martin around the right side, and he is denied access, rather resoundingly, I might add, by Cutler Adams. Player was knocked out of bounds, but the referees did not signal to stop the clock. So I think while they get all that figured out, we're just going to sit here in a lull for a second. I'm sure we'll have to reset the game clock. No doubt about that. He did go out of bounds. No gain. Clock's supposed to stop if they go out of bounds. Right. They have not signaled it. So I guess we've got the call now. Mount Airy has called a timeout now while we get all this sorted out.
I'm Cage Williams. You're watching the Graham Star Sports Network. Kicking school.
So out of the timeout, the Granny Bears on 4th and about 3 to go. We're going to try for a field goal. This looks to be about a 22-yarder. It's up. It is good. So Stroop hits field goal number dose here tonight. And the Granny Bears now lead this one by 11. 42 seconds left in the ball game. And sadly, folks, this looks to be the end of the road for our beloved Robbinsville Black Knights. Fumbles have been costly tonight. 2 touchdowns for Mount Airy off of that. And Knights have put in all the effort they can to make it back to the dance. Two field goals, of course. Wish we had better news to report to you, fans, obviously. It'd be good if we were opening up Expedia right now to book us a hotel for next weekend, but that is not going to be occurring. Knights have got 42 seconds. We really some of us thought they might reset the play clock during the timeout. They did not choose to do that, even though Mr. Mason was knocked out of bounds on that last offensive run. Walker Stroop has been perfect on PATs and perfect on field goals tonight. He'll throw a short pooch to number 12. That is number 12. Beg your pardon. It is Quinn Jumper. Thought I saw number 15 for a second. My apologies. 35-yard line is where that ball will be set. And for the last time this season, Robbinsville's offense will play Fritz Community here in Graham County. It's been an absolutely remarkable year. Granite Bear faithful getting excited in anticipation of the celebration that is about to occur. Donnie Carpenter gets it off quick. Calhoun upfield. He's still on his feet. He'll get to the 40, all the way to 39. The only problem is Robbinsville has no timeouts to stall the game. ...20-yard completion. And Carpenter with a quick spike stops it with 27 seconds left to go. Stranger things have happened, folks. We have learned not to count the Black Knights out. Oswald chipped away at a 24-8 deficit against Swain County just a few weeks ago. Scored 3 touchdowns, including one with 1:25 to go to advance to the 4th round and send the Maroon Devils packing. Cutler Adams straight ahead. He'll get about 6 yards, maybe 7. And Madley, the Knights set up to scramble and spike the ball, and they'll do so, stopping the clock at 12.6, and there is a penalty flag on the play. Too many men, I believe, for the Granite Bears. They did have too many men. So that will actually be a 5-yard penalty that will give the Knights a first down. Knights will get it again here at the 28. 12 seconds to go. Carpenter tries to get loose. He's going to make it out to the 30. Brought down by Derek Dandy. That's going to be the ball game, fans. It is all over. Mount Airy Granite Bears, for the second year in a row, will make a trip out east to the 1A state championship game. It'll be Mount Airy Tarboro 2 next Saturday at noon at UNC Chapel Hill. Unfortunately for the Robbinsville Black Knights, the Granite Bears took advantage of every golden gift, and at the end of the day, you see the end result. John Schuler giving us a shout out here behind us. That's been our clock operator all year. He's done a great job. Everyone up here in the press box has done a phenomenal job, whether it's the music from Drew Ford and Caleb Turpin, whether it's been our scoreboard operator over here to my right, Vincent Wesley, our PA announcer, Noah Crowe, spotter, of course. And we're going to actually show these Granite Bears celebrating. They earned it, fans. 27-16 is the final score tonight here from Robbinsville. And you hate to see it, no doubt about that. If you're a Black Knight fan who has watched this team stomp its way all the way to the 1A Western Regional Finals. It's been a fun year to broadcast, fans. Once again, we appreciate you being with us, and we will go back to the field here in just a moment for the presentation of the plaques and, of course, the 1A Western Regional Championship plaque to the Mount Airy Granite Bears, who are now 15-0 in the season, winners of 29 straight. And our friends from Surrey County more than lived up to the hype here tonight. A hard-nosed, smash-mouth, old-fashioned football game. Robbinsville has seemed to flourish in that environment this year. That, unfortunately, is not the case here tonight as we go back down to the field for just a moment. Granite Bears are dancing on the field. And the Robbinsville Black Knights, meanwhile, it is a whole different mood on the other side of the 50, as you can imagine. Very somber feeling on the field. We'll stay live, fans, until the plaques have been awarded.
All right. Please turn your attention to midfield as we recognize the runner-up in the Western Regional 1A Championship game this evening. The 13-2 Robbinsville Black Knights had 8 games at home to finish the season. They saw Cutler Adams become the Western North Carolina all-time leading rusher. Congratulations to the Robbinsville Black Knights, runners-up in tonight's game in the Western 1A Regions Championship.
13-2, 11 home games this year, including 8 to finish the the season overall.
Returning state champions will be playing again next Saturday at Chapel Hill. Mount Airy Granite Bears, 15-0. Head coach J.K. Atkins. Great season, great game. Congratulations to the Mount Airy Granite Bears.
And the Granite Bears, of course, a mob scene on the field to celebrate this one. It'll be Mount Airy Tarboro in a rematch of the 2022 state championship game. And we'll see you soon for basketball. That starts next week, if you can believe that. And until then, Audrey Colvin's already gone, but I'm Kevin Hensley, thanking all of you for being with us this season on the Graham Star Sports Network. It's 3. It's in. She is on fire right now on the Graham Star Sports Network.